What? 2 days in a row? All right, what's going on? LBHT crew, what's good? Oh, we got some people in here already. Yo, Deshaun, what's going on?
What's up, Deshaun?
King Bird 56, what's up? What's up? Thank y'all for joining the live stream. I hope y'all having a good Wednesday. For my Irish brothers and sisters, happy St. Patrick's Day. Okay, I don't have any green on right now, but I hope you're enjoying your day. I hope you're drinking responsibly if you're out there right now doing such. All right, we have another pretty unproductive day of free agency. Well, not for the Panthers. We got some news on the Panthers. We're gonna discuss some Ravens, and we'll discuss some other news around the NFL. As a whole, not a whole lot going on. And that was to be expected, if we're being honest. Just a lot of teams didn't have a lot of money to work with, and it's starting to play out that way. So we will get into that. Hold on, we got another comment here. Who is in here? King of Pugo. What's going on?
What's up, King?
What's going on, King of Pugo? Thank you for joining the live stream, man. Y'all coming in here real fast. I see 21 people in here already. All right, okay. All right, so, okay. This Off the Record podcast. Make sure y'all check them out. Off the Record podcast. This must be Mikey. What's good, Mikey?
What's up, man?
Garnett West in the house. What's going on, Garnett?
What's up, Garnett?
Thank y'all for joining the live stream 2 nights in a row. Wow. Nick, they came in here real quick. Nickelodeon. What's going on, Nickelodeon? Jimmy Dean. Okay, I see you. Alfonso.
How you doing, Jimmy?
Yep, Alfonso Richardson. I'm tired of the Ravens being cheap on offense.
not even a hello. He's like,
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Get it.
All right, we're gonna jump into all of that. But first, as you guys know, we start out every show with a Black History fact. And because this is Women's History Month, we are going to do a Black History fact about a Black woman, and B has one for you. Take it away, B.
Yeah, so considering it's the start of free agency, I was going to give the fact about a Black woman I think it was in the 20s, who became one of the first Black millionaires. But considering that the teams are kind of locking up the checkbooks, I decided to switch it up, and we are going to go with Marie Van Britten Brown, who was a nurse in Queens in the 60s. And, she didn't work regular hours, because she was a nurse. And she was real concerned about the high crime in the area. So Marie went ahead and invented the home security system. She had to set up at her house with 3 peepholes for, children, average-sized people, and tall people. On the other side of the door was a camera that slid up and down, and it would kind of wirelessly send images to a monitor she could set up anywhere in her house so she could see who was outside the door. And, it had a 2-way microphone so she could talk to it. So, like your Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
And also a panic button that would alert the police directly if there was an intruder. So in honor of all these teams kind of pinching their pennies and getting some security on their salary cap, hats off to Marie Van Britten Brown.
So if you
who invented this home security system in 1966.
Yeah, so for your Ring doorbells and what's the other one, Nest or whatever, you have a Black woman to thank for that. Okay, she was the trailblazer for all that. So yes, very good fact. And we more people in here. Shout out to Bruno Moraine. Thank you for joining the live stream. Always good to see you, my friend. And yes, Garnett West, like and subscribe.
And we have a Cash App donation
out the gate. Okay,
from Jazzy JJ or
Jazzy JJ.
Made a new YouTube made a new YouTube Jake Griffin. So
Jake
I guess
Griffin?
he made a new YouTube channel.
He's right here. Jake Griffin. Okay. Jake Griffin. What's going on, yo? Jazzy JJ.
Okay.
Look at my other channel.
I was confused for a second there.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining the live stream.
Appreciate it.
Good. That's what's up. All right. Alfonso, you already got to you. Attitude Pop is in the house. What's going on, Attitude Pop? We're going to be nice today. We're going to be good today, Attitude Pop. We're going to be good? All right. Okay, so we got some free agency to talk about. You guys are already expressed your feelings about how you feel. We had a little pop-up show last night, and we went a lot longer than we planned to go. But we have more to talk about today, so let's get into it. More Ravens and Panthers free agency talk. Now, right before we came online, the Panthers got some, man, they actually made some moves. They made a couple moves. You want to talk about it, Big?
Well, I mean, they went out and they got Hassan Reddick. They signed Hassan Reddick to a 1-year, $8 million deal, $6 million guaranteed. If you don't know, that's because he played at Temple, and Matt Rule, was his college coach. So they had that little connection there. And he's taking, like a lot of players, taking a 1-year deal in hopes of hitting free agency next year with a much higher cap and really cashing in, as he had 12 and a half sacks this year in Arizona in kind of a breakout year, because they had been playing him out of position and kind of looked like a bust for a few years there. It's a good signing, right? And it gives Carolina what should be a pretty lethal pass rush. They also signed Denzel Perryman at inside linebacker, who's another very, very, very talented linebacker. It's just that he's constantly hurt. Right. I didn't actually see the number on him, but it's not too expensive of a deal. The only problem that I have with those signings, and not even the Perryman, but with Hassan Reddick, if they had signed one good offensive lineman and signed Hassan Reddick, I'd be thrilled. Right. Instead of them signing 2 trash offensive linemen and Hassan Reddick, because they just the offensive line is their biggest issue, and they didn't address it at all.
Right. Yes, that is concerning, but I mean, you guys needed help on both sides of the ball. And those are 2 good signings. Granted, if Perryman stays healthy, I think those are really big for you guys.
I'll say this: they needed help in the secondary badly, and they need help on the O-line badly. But these 2 signings kind of complete the front 7. And honestly, I think it's one of the best front 7s in the league. Period.
Yeah, I agree. They played well last year.
Mm-hmm.
Dorsey Hilliard, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining the live stream. Lawrence Trent, thank you for joining the live stream. King of Pugo says, just finished watching the Ravens last vid. They're starting to piss me off. Okay. Look. Garnett West says, no complaints here. Honestly, I don't have any complaints at this moment either. I'm going to be honest. I don't have any complaints. It's, but stay tuned because
complaints coming.
Because, the latest news to drop is that Kenny Golladay has an offer from the Giants and is also talking with the Bengals.
A multi-year offer from the Giants and a 1-year offer from the Bengals.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Jimmy Dean has some breaking news here. Ravens have trade with Jaguars for tight end Josh Oliver. Bam,
Jimmy trolling us.
But if he goes to Cincinnati, I think that's disastrous because we need to get Kenny Golladay. And if we don't get him, that's just another team and a team in our division that already has a better wide receiving core than us right now, getting even better. And showing.
And they're kind of a laughing stock right now, but Joe Burrow's coming back.
Yep.
Presumably they'll be doing some more work on that O-line. They got T. Higgins, they have Tyler Boyd, and they might be adding Kenny Golladay. That's going to be a scary offense, with Joe Mixon as well.
Yeah. So, a 1-year deal is what he's talking about with Cincinnati. And they're saying that he reached out to Cincinnati about the 1-year deal, which you're going to see all these top tier players go for right now, since teams are trying to be a little stingy with the money. Like, these players aren't dumb. Right. So if you're not going to pay this year, okay, give me the 1 year. I'll perform and I'll hit the market next year when you have more money. We'll do this again. So I suspect that may be the reason why the Ravens haven't really been active in getting a wide receiver, because they may have been making offers and these players might have been telling them, look, we're only doing 1-year deals if you're not going to pay up. And we absolutely need to pay up. So Deshaun says, I'm so glad Cardinals signed AJ Green so the Ravens didn't make a huge mistake. Now EDC needs to move with a sense of urgency and sign Kenny Golladay before it's too late. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Not going to lie.
Looks like the Panthers actually made another signing just now.
Okay. Or
a few minutes ago. They signed Morgan Fox, another pass rusher out of LA. I don't know a whole lot about him, but it looks like they're trying to right. They're trying to fill out that defensive line because they were pretty thin there in terms of depth.
Garnett says the Jaguars are trading, Josh Oliver to the Ravens for a conditional draft pick, sources say. I don't know much about Josh
And
Oliver.
Simply AS10, shout out to the Purple Rain podcast, said he's going to make a video on all 3 of Josh's catches.
Broke homie Quan, what's good? You know
What's
which message besides Paulo Deshaun Watson went to asking for a friend? Maybe the same one as Patriots owner.
Okay.
We're gonna get into that later. Hold that one for later. We're gonna get into that one later. That's on the lineup. You guys check the description. We have the lineup of discussions that we're gonna have for tonight. And when we get to the end of the show, anything you guys want to discuss that we haven't, feel free to drop it in the chat box. Jazzy J said, he just fixed his name. He's back. Jazzy JJ is back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, my friend. Dorsey Hillier says, cutting LJ Fort hurt, but there are plenty of linebackers, wide receivers, and O-linemen. Me and B actually said that last night. If you're going to spend a 3rd round pick on Malik Harrison, why aren't you using him? What's the point of having LJ Fort? And I like LJ Fort, but I told B, and we said it either in one of our articles or in one of our podcasts, Malik Harrison isn't going to beat out LJ Fort. He just wasn't. And it has nothing to do with talent. It's just that LJ Fort is an excellent player, right? He's not as physically gifted, but he's always in the right spot. He's a sound tackler. He's disciplined. And those type of players are always going to keep a rookie on the bench.
So we got a little bit more breaking news here. This one's from the NBA. PJ Tucker of the Houston Rockets getting traded to Milwaukee. And the Philadelphia Eagles have just released Malik Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey.
Okay. All right. So Alshon Jeffrey, another person to add to a list of wide receivers available.
I'll take a hard pass on Alshon, but, wish him luck.
Yeah. I'm not saying we should get him. I'm just saying that's just another wide receiver that's available. But if it comes down to it, I'll take him over Boykin. Right? I'm not trying to throw shade at Boykin. This has nothing to do with Boykin being a good or bad player.
Yet succeeding anyway.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. But we're at the point where we need guys that we know can play.
Yes.
That we know can play. Miles Boykin could turn out to be a very good wide receiver still. Devin Duvernay could turn out to be a very good wide receiver still. But we don't know that right now, and we're not going to lean on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Until we know they can play, they shouldn't be getting a ton of targets. We need guys in here that can play right now, and more importantly, guys that Lamar trusts is going to make plays.
Yes.
So Bruno Moraine says, no, y'all have Rappaport backed the trade up. It's irrelevant. Oh, he's saying Rappaport reported it? I don't know. Attitude Pop wants to know, did we hear what Todd McShay said on NFL Live? Todd said he compares Trey Lance to Lamar. Man, we don't listen to Todd McShay at all, or Mel Kiper. Yeah, like we don't listen to any of these guys, to be honest. Look at Draft Twitter if you want some better comparisons. Look at Matt Waldman. Look at Reception Perception.
Yes, check out Matt's new website, receptionperception.com. He does some great work.
Yeah. Charles McDonald, Forverts, and Yusuf Mosqueda. Like these guys, they really break down these players. They don't just go out there and say whatever. I mean, look, I'm not a fan of Tom McShay or Mel Kiper. Never have been. Garnett says, Josh Oliver, literally the type of tight end we needed. He's more athletic Andrews, if that means anything. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not going to argue. I don't know much about him. Oh, look who's here early. 2 nights in a row. Tough puppy. Okay, what's going on, tough puppy? Okay. I don't know about that. Josh Oliver, fine. I'm not going to get hyped over that. The fact is, Kenny Galladay is still out there. It looks like we're not really in on him. So the next best thing I think is Curtis Samuel. And there's really hasn't been any news about Curtis Samuel anywhere. And then after Curtis Samuel, what are we looking at? Will Fuller?
Yeah, Will Fuller, T.Y. Hilton, Larry Fitzgerald's out there, Antonio Brown, obviously.
Yeah.
There's a few other guys out there. But, you're really looking at those top 2, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, they have to make a move. There's really no excuse. I don't want to hear the money issue. None of these guys are getting paid, and they understand that. They're just taking the 1-year deals, and it's not for a lot of money. We can afford it. And you're not I don't want to hear, oh, well, we have to go get edge rusher. Well, there's no edge rusher that you're going to spend big money on. None of these guys are going to make a lot of money. Hassan Reddick, who's probably the top edge rusher available, just made $8 million. So if we're looking at Clowney, Justin Houston, Melvin Ingram, I mean, those guys aren't going to make a lot of money. So that's not an excuse either. So go and get your wide receiver.
Oh, and also speaking of 1-year deals, the Chiefs also signed guard Kyle Long.
Kyle Long, yes. You know the Chiefs are going to make moves. Mm-hmm. You know that. Tough Puppy says we need AB. Oh, Ferris is in the house. Our patron Ferris. Shout out to Ferris. And make sure you guys check out the highlights show on Monday. You guys back on Monday, Ferris? Monday at 7. Check out the highlight show on the Let's Get Ready Network. Make sure you're subscribed. Jimmy Dean wants to know, how did Gross Matos look last year?
I mean, he looked like a rookie. He looked like he has a lot of potential. And, this signing's not really going to impact him too much, I wouldn't say. This is so they have a rotation of pass rushers. Hassan Reddick's he's a stand-up guy, and so they're going to be playing some 3-4. And, there's also a possibility that Gross Matos can move inside when they have Burns and Reddick on the outside, just on obvious passing downs. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the future is bright for Gross Matos. They're just looking to really, really, get after the quarterback there.
Yeah, you're right, Garnett. He's raw, but he's got talent. Courtney Rogers, what's going on? Thank you for joining the live stream. A lot of people are saying no to Will Hill. Not Will Hill. Fuller. Will Fuller. Yeah, no to Will Hill. A lot of people are saying no to Will Fuller. Look, for those that are being picky right now, let's review our roster. Okay, Hollywood Brown is our number 1 wide receiver, and what did he have last year? 700, just under 800 yards.
I know it was under 800 yards because the Ravens have not had an 800-yard receiver since 2016.
Yeah. Okay, they're saying he's fragile, he gets hurt. I get that. You can't really predict injuries, but I understand there's some concern there. But Miles Boykin was fully healthy and he did nothing. Devin Duvernay was healthy, he did nothing. James Prochet was healthy and he did nothing. We need production here.
In those 11 games that he played this year, at 879 yards and 8 touchdowns. Now, he had some help, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But it's still way more production than you got out of Baltimore's receivers.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's my number 1 option, but, I mean, like I said, as these wide receivers start signing with other teams, and
Juju also, we didn't mention him.
Juju, yeah. Juju, I know a lot of people are
people are hating on him. I'm a big fan of Juju. I mean, his TikTok stuff is kind of annoying, but he brings it when he plays.
I was going to ask, what do you guys think of Juju? I just want to see, what do you guys think of Juju Smith-Schuster? Just type that in there, and I'll start reading those.
He led the league in catches and yards from the slot.
Garnett says we got a value meal set of receivers right now. That's true. Ferris says he is never healthy, and when he was healthy, he was on the juice.
All right, Ferris, but Miles is never good.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's the end of the sentence.
Yeah, no. The injury concern is a legit concern for sure. That's why we're not saying he should be our number 1 target. But I don't want to rely on a rookie wide receiver. I don't care who we get. I don't care if it's Jamar Chase. I don't want to rely on a rookie wide receiver to help carry us to the Super Bowl, because our goal is Super Bowl, right? Yeah. So I'd be happy we got Jamar Chase, but we need some solid veterans here. Okay. Better than solid. I want a good wide receiver. All right. Off the Record Podcast. Make sure you guys are following him. He says, I like Juju. Depends on the money. Okay, cool. Deshaun says Juju is our best bet. He caught more passes than Hollywood and Snead combined.
I bet that's true of a lot of guys.
Courtney Rogers says Juju has been average at best since AB left.
Okay. I don't agree with that. I think that he's just been put in a different role since AB left and not really had the opportunity to shine. I said he led the league in catches and yards from the slot, and part of that is because they refuse to throw the ball longer than 4 yards. It's hard to shine in a role like that.
Tough Puppy says no TikTok boy. Bruno Moraine says No, please, not Juju. Okay, we're all over the place here. Attitude Pop says no. He says no. If we get Corvette, and he better be a number two, because when AB left, I think you said when AB left, he wasn't the same. Yeah. So the thing is, if we're not going to spend money for a number one, we're not going to get a number one. It's as simple as that. You can't say no to Kenny Galladay. No, we can't get Allen Robinson. No, we can't get this person because they cost too much. Well, then you don't want a number one wide receiver. So what we're looking at now is a number two wide receiver that might function as a number one wide receiver, but he'll give us more production than our current number two wide receiver. So it is what it is. Juju comes here, he has to be a number one. So be it. We'll be in better shape than we were last year. Now, I was curious to see what you guys said about Juju, because a lot of people don't like the TikTok stuff and the Corvette. But why do you care?
And I'll say this. A lot of people who are saying, no, I don't like the TikTok stuff, love Des Bryant, who was hopping on Twitter talking about, I'm going to drink some wine while the Ravens were playing. I'm drinking wine and I'm not playing the rest of the year. That's what Des was doing during a Ravens game.
Yeah.
So, but, people still love Des, though.
Yeah, Garnett says Miles has never been used correctly. Only 33 targets last year, but it's not really fair criticism. I understand that, but can you say for certain that he's going to be a good wide receiver in this league? You can't say that for certain. He hasn't shown you that.
Let me ask you, what is using Miles Boykin correctly? What does that look like?
Right. We don't know enough yet. I'm not sure if he's going to be good or bad, right? Do I think he sucks? No, I don't think he sucks, right? I kind of agree with you. He hasn't really been used a whole lot, but like B said, how is he supposed to be used? What can he do to get more targets out there and get more production? Because I haven't really seen him make a play, right? Yes, he's gotten some touchdowns when he's wide open. He's made some solid catches, but what play do you look at and say that guy needs to get the ball? Right, like you haven't seen that. So I'm not relying on hoping that the guys that we have get better. I want guys that we know can play. We need that. We absolutely need that. Nickelodeon says they're saying he might not even make the team. Josh Oliver. Oh, yeah. So we trade for a guy that's not gonna make the team. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, that's what we're doing right now.
Baltimore loves them some tight ends.
Jimmy Dean says Juju likes to have fun and hardworking on the field. He actually plays like a Raven. Wish he was more of an X. Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. I don't care about that off the field stuff. That has absolutely no bearing on the game. He's not breaking the law. Like he gets along with his teammates. Like there's just because he wants to dance a little bit before the game, and you don't like the way he dances. So what? So what? That doesn't mean anything. These are grown ass men out there. All right, they need to be able to, they better be able to handle somebody going on TikTok and dancing a little bit. Guess what? Just because he danced on the field and Von Bell blew him up, Von Bell was going to do that anyway. Okay, that was going to happen anyway because they hate the Steelers. Okay, that has nothing to do with Juju. Juju was going to catch that blow anyway. He's going to catch it no matter what. So it didn't matter. Dance and have fun.
I love that stuff anyway. And to be fair, Ravens fans loved it when y'all were dancing all over that Titans logo.
Well,
right?
They had it coming.
They did, but you still loved it. It's either wrong or it's right. Right? Yeah, I love T.O. scoring and running to the star and spreading his arms and looking to God. I love it.
Yeah.
I wish more people did stuff like that. It's entertainment.
Yeah. You're supposed to have fun. King of Pugo says, I can't judge none of our receivers till Roman is gone.
No, that's not true. He's had good wide receivers and they've played well, and produced under Greg Roman. Just the team as a whole wasn't great passing the ball. But he's had wide receivers have good seasons under him, just not in Baltimore.
But none that I can say that he's developed, right? That's the problem we have. Like there are some of these wide receivers that I feel like if we had a better coaching staff, and this is beyond Greg Roman. Let's just put it out there. We say Greg Roman a lot, but what we mean is Harbaugh. Okay. Mm-hmm. John Harbaugh just can't develop young players. He doesn't really like young players. He wants veterans in there. He doesn't put the effort into developing young players. So as long as he's here, he's going to keep bringing in the staff that's not going to develop young players. So, I mean, I know we got a new wide receiver coach and pass game coordinator. Hopefully that helps, but I mean, his track record speaks for itself, man. I don't know. Even if they develop, what kind of opportunity they're going to get, I don't know. But we need to get established players. If that's the way it's going to be, if you're not going to trust your young guys, you're not going to develop them, you need to go and get established players. And established players cost money.
Yes.
Can't get around it. All right. Ferris says Chad Johnson used to dance. Yes. Your favorite wide receivers used to dance. Randy Moss used to dance. T.O. used to dance. Like, they all used to dance. Okay. They have fun out there. Modern day George Allen. Who's modern day George Allen? Okay. Felipe Moreno is in here. Josh Oliver. Look like Walmart Willie Snead. Wow. Okay. That's what we're doing.
They like that one.
Godson, what's going on?
What's going on?
We still don't have no damn wide receiver. Ain't that the truth? So, okay. So at this point, who do you guys want to see come here? Don't even put your mind on the money part of it. Okay. Don't worry about that. Who do you want to see come here? Money is never really an issue. It's just an excuse. Who do you want to see here out of the players that are available? Who do you want to see, offense or defense? I just want to know who are you guys looking at. Now, same thing. If there are any Panthers fans in here, B, who do you want to see them sign?
Man, I don't even know who's left on the O line. I know Gabe Jackson is being shopped around right now because they haven't actually released him. Depending on what they're asking for there, I'd be interested in that.
I don't know. My bad, Ferris. He was talking about John Harbaugh. He was saying John Harbaugh is the modern day George Allen. My bad, man. My bad. Okay,
Ferris, like, you be all over the place, man. You can't blame people.
I was like, what are you saying, V? You want to bring in who?
I was saying Gabe Jackson, depending on what the Raiders are asking for.
Gabe Jackson,
I'm not sure what tackles are actually left, because that's what Carolina needs. And also, it depends on what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. Like, if they're going to get that done, then they have to go out and get a tackle right now in free agency, because they're not going to have a pick to do it. If they don't get Deshaun Watson, they can probably draft Rashawn Slater and be fine. Yeah. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I want to see them make signings at corner and on the offensive line, though.
Okay. All right. So, Attitude Pop says he wants AB for the Ravens. Mm-hmm. Oh, Parrish Smith. What's going on, Parrish? What's up, guys? Second live stream. Yes. Yeah, you made it to the second live stream. That's right. 2 nights in a row. All right. Jimmy Dean says Alshon Jeffries and Ryan Kerrigan. Okay. All right. Godson says AB or Curtis Samuel. All right. I like that. King of Pugo says Allen Robinson. He won't sign his franchise tag. I agree with you. Actually, I agree. Allen Robinson is not going to play in Chicago. Like, he's made that pretty clear. He's not going to sign there. So try to work out some sort of trade and sign him to a long-term deal. All right. I'm still on board with that. I don't want to hear about money. I just don't want to hear it.
In case y'all haven't seen it, it was a conditional 2022 7th-round pick that Baltimore traded for Josh Oliver.
Yeah. Okay. Deshaun says, Galladay, don't be afraid to be great. Just go all in. That's right.
Dare to be great.
Dare to be great. Jazzy J has a question. Is it possible Ravens organization don't want to see Lamar have too much success? Nah, I don't think that's what it is. They're going to pay him money. I mean, at this point, there's nothing they can do to bring down his value. Absolutely nothing. They're going to have to pay him, and I think they believe in him. I think they really like him. So it's just a matter of philosophy, right? They just believe in the way they coach, the way they play football over there. I don't think it's them trying to sabotage them. I just think they just need some fresh ideas in the building.
Yeah, that's why I'll say salute to Eric Bieniemy, Baltimore 2022.
All right, I like that. Okay. Dorsey Hillier has a question. Trevor Watts says Antonio Brown at this point. Trevor Watts, thank you for joining the live stream. I appreciate you. Dorsey Hillier says, question, do y'all think Broderick Washington will get suspended by the Ravens? It's too early, man. I don't even know. I mean, nobody knows the details of that. They say he was smashing windows of like 14 different cars. was he impaired? Did he have a psychotic episode? I mean, who knows?
But to answer the question, I don't think it's likely that they'll suspend him regardless. I think he'll either be cut or he'll be on the team, not suspended.
Yeah. But again, I mean, what's the issue? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have a mental breakdown? Because, mental health issues are treated a lot differently, as they should be. And if they determine, hey, he just needs some help, then he'll be on the team.
Sometimes, shout out Richie Incognito. Sometimes you gotta just say no.
So sometimes you get raises.
How do you trade away Trent Brown, trade away Rodney Hudson, trying to trade away Gabe Jackson, and you re-up Incognito?
Yeah. If you guys don't know about Richie Incognito,
you don't want to know.
Look him up.
You don't want to know.
Tough Puppy says, I want to trade Orlando Brown Jr.
Man,
Carolina.
No, listen, don't say
DJ
sorry.
Moore.
I suggested that too. Man, Carolina desperately needs a left tackle.
Yeah.
I love DJ Moore, but you can find another DJ Moore.
All right. Somebody says, somebody said Julio Jones. Mikey says, I want to see the Ravens get some balls, put together a package, and move up the draft and grab a wide receiver. Yes. So we've been saying it for 2 days. Our second round picks don't mean anything. They don't mean anything at all. Jameson Hemsley just reported or just tweeted out earlier that Tyus Bowser is the first second round pick from the Ravens to get a second contract since, who was it? Was it Torrey Smith? No, Ray Rice. Since Ray Rice. I
think it was specifically a multi-year second contract. I think they've brought guys back for 1 year.
Yeah,
but I don't want to see the Ravens trade up. The Ravens will put a package together, trade up, and
get an edge rusher.
St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown at 14 or something. I don't want to see that.
Everett George says people complaining about Juju on TikTok can stop watching as long as he puts up numbers. Do you? I agree, man.
Yeah,
I agree. All right, one more comment, and then we're gonna go on to the next topic. We'll read some more comments towards the end of the show. Attitude Pop says everyone loves giving Mahomes excuses, but him and Lamar stats are closer than you think, and Lamar will be the best QB in the league if he fixes up his throwing issues. No one will stop him. I don't think Lamar has any real throwing issues, and I don't think. I mean, what excuses are we talking about for Pat Mahomes? He's a Super Bowl MVP. He's a league MVP. He's won the back-to-back Super Bowls. There's no excuse to make. He's the man. He's the man. There's no excuses needed. So what, he lost in a Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl. We didn't make it, right? There's only 2 teams that go, and he was one of those teams, and he went 2 years in a row and won one. There's nothing really bad to say about Pat Mahomes. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Ray Senga. Okay, I said the last one. This is the last one. Ray Senga says, I don't think Orlando Brown Jr. trade is happening. The Ravens want the line to dominate and win this year. Okay. All right.
I'm still team tell Ronnie to play right side.
Yeah.
Just switch them and keep them both.
Hey, he's under contract. What's he going to do about it?
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to get into the next topic, which I can't remember who brought it up. Deshaun Watson and his issues at massage parlors. Okay. Allegedly. So again, this is another story that we don't know much about, but it's being talked about, so we'll talk about it. He's being sued by the same lawyer. The same lawyer has filed 2 lawsuits in representing 2 different complaints about his mishaps at massage parlors. So I mean that's pretty much it. And he of course denies it, and he said that it's basically an extortion attempt, and they tried to hit him up privately and say, give me X amount of money, and he shut it down, and he said, no, we're going to go to court, and I haven't done anything, and we'll see how this plays out. So it's way too early to really say one way or another, but I mean, I always question the timing of these things, right? I mean, he's trying to get out of Houston, and I don't know, like when things like this pop up,
it looks like, you want to make sure that it's investigated thoroughly.
Absolutely.
So you know what exactly happened. But the way that it looks just on the surface level is, Deshaun has a great reputation. And like I said, we don't know these guys, but his image is pristine, right? Yeah. And this lawyer is kind of known as like a dirtbag. And he was the neighbor of the former Texans owner who passed away.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he and I guess in that area he's kind of known for frivolous lawsuits. But again, that doesn't mean that that's the case with this.
No.
We just we got to wait and let it play out and see what happens.
See, I didn't know that part, and that really makes me think something is up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like all we can do is speculate. All we can do is speculate, right? We don't know who filed the complaints, but when you see your quarterback who has beef with the organization, this guy is a neighbor of the owner who passed away, which means he's friends with the current owner, the McNair's son. Let's be real about that. There's ties with the team and this lawyer. And these lawsuits pop up right when he's saying, you need to trade me. This is where I want to go. And they're saying, well, we want to keep you. Right. So what better way to sabotage his trade value and say, hey, look, it's not on us. These teams are saying they want to back out now because of these allegations. Like it just seems too fishy.
Well, I don't know if it's to sabotage his trade value because I mean he if it's true he'd get suspended, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really just to trash his image.
Yeah.
On the way out. Another bit of breaking news: Gerald Everett just signed with the Seattle Seahawks, 1 year, $6 million.
Now that's a move I would like to see the Ravens make, not Josh Oliver.
Yeah, you got Josh Oliver
though. Look, as the hours slowly count down, my confidence is starting to fade a little bit. I'm still okay right now because there's still players out there, but the players that I can envision the Ravens signing, we're not signing, and they're going elsewhere. So I'm getting a little nervous. I'm just going to say that. Put your thoughts about Deshaun Watson in the comments real quick. We're not going to spend too much time on it because, like I said, all we can do right now is speculate. There's not a lot of facts out there, and all we can do is just report what we know and give our opinion based off of what we know and keep it moving. But it doesn't seem like teams are really buying into it either, because the report is Carolina is still a full go to trade for Deshaun Watson. Yeah. And this is one of those things. This is why we say bad teams stay bad. And, not everybody that's in front office positions knows what they're doing, because they're just making this personal. They should have been traded him. Teams have made tons of offers to them, offering exactly what they're asking for, and they want to play around with this. Now, keep in mind, Deshaun Watson only has a 3-year deal with them. So it's not even like you have him for a long time anyway. So the longer you take trading him, the lower his value is going to be. So let's say you manage to keep him for another year and he just goes out there and just goes through the motions. Okay, it's 1 year down. Now he has 2 years left on the contract. Okay. Next year, when you decide, okay, now we want to trade him because, the cap and his numbers going up and we just don't want him here anymore. Now you're looking at 3rd round picks for him. You know what I'm saying? And he still has a no trade clause. So you can't even trade him to where you want him to, where you can get the best offer. He can still control that. So you're just you're killing the trade value, and that hurts nobody but yourself. Okay. Deshaun Watson is going to be just fine. He's going to get his money. He's going to get into a situation where he wants to go ultimately. And the only person that you're hurting is yourself, Houston Texans. So bad teams stay bad.
Yeah, it reminds me of Carolina with Julius Peppers when he decided he wanted out, and they got an offer from, I believe it was New England, for 2 second-round picks, and Marty Herney said, no, I'm not trading him for anything less than a first, and they just let him walk.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, who'd you hurt there?
Yeah. Deshaun says, why do they always try to tear down black athletes, especially QBs? Because they're black. Go bother Aaron Rodgers or somebody else without melanin. I mean, black quarterbacks always have this struggle. They're going to continue to have this struggle. That's just what it is. I think Lamar Jackson ended up in a really good situation in an organization that honestly, I mean, he got drafted by a black GM, and he was one of few GMs that evaluated him as a quarterback. So I think that helped the situation. And look, as much as we get on Harbaugh and the Costa and Roman, I think personally they treat him well. I think they have a great relationship with him, which is why I think they're not going to have any problem re-signing him. I don't think the negotiations are going to take long at all. I think there's a high level of trust between both sides there. So I'm happy about that. Off the record says, I was gonna say he was rumored. He's talking about Gerald Everett to the Ravens, but then he went and got Josh Oliver. Yeah. So, Ferris, y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't doing nothing in free agency, just like the Giants. The Giants,
so bitter.
The Giants are making moves. Hey, we just said the Giants. They're in on Kenny Golladay. They made him a multi-year offer. It's between the Giants and the Bengals. And you guys also brought back Leonard Williams, right?
Yeah, they franchised Leonard Williams. They lost Alvin Tomlinson though.
Yeah, you did.
And they cut Kevin Zeitler. So
Yes, he did.
It's all good though.
Yeah,
it's all good.
But you can get Kenny Golladay.
Yeah.
And Saquon's coming back. What's up, Jacob?
Yeah.
You want to come say hi real quick? Jacob wants to come over here and say hi. He's wearing his green. All right. We're doing a live stream. High five. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Tough Puppy says Watson probably didn't do anything. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
You can't say.
Yes, but I am very suspicious of these allegations and the lawyer that's filing them. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It does make me lean towards this is some BS. All right. Okay. So we're going to finish this last topic. It's going to be a USC topic, but keep putting your comments in the chat box. If you want to talk some more NFL, we'll get right back into that in a minute. But first, we're going to talk about some USC real quick, and then we'll finish out the show with whatever you guys want to talk about. All right. So, Paulo Costa, he is out for April 17th UFC Fight Night event where he is supposed to be fighting Robert Whittaker. It is now March 17th. He is going to be out for the April 17th event because he has the flu. Now, I don't know what kind of flu he has that's going to keep him out for over a month because he already had the flu. It wasn't announced. It wasn't today he got the flu. He already had the flu. Yeah. And he said, well, look, I can't make it because I got the flu. B, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this?
You know what kind of flu he got. He got the same flu that kept Will Fuller out for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Like you're coming out saying you drank too much wine and you were hungover for Adesanya. Now you got the flu and you can't fight Whittaker. What are you even doing?
Okay, so for you guys that aren't UFC fans in here, we're not going to spend too much time in here. I know we got a lot of football left to talk, but Paulo Costa that's middleweight. He's a middleweight, up and coming. They thought he was going to be a superstar. He just real ripped. Doesn't even look like a middleweight. Looked like a heavyweight. And he was just going through guys like Mike Tyson, just knocking dudes out. Ripped Brazilian dude. And our man Israel Adesanya, style bender, said, "Hey, that guy is nobody. He's got muscle. He's got some power. Everybody got power. I got precision." Right. So they started their back and forth. They set up the fight, and Costa thought he was gonna go in there and break him, and he got broken all the way down. Israel Adesanya dominated him, knocked him out, dry humped him as he was knocked out, got up, started breakdancing, started running around the ring like Naruto.
And then went in the back and partied with his with all the other fighters from his gym because they had a DJ waiting.
Yes. Completely embarrassed this man. So this was supposed to be his first fight since then. So me and B are really curious to see how he rebounds from that because up until that fight, I can't really say he's been challenged. Well, who was it? Romero. I say the Romero fight was a challenging fight for him. The Romero fight was kind of challenging, but I want to see how he rebounded from that beat down and see how you do against Whittaker. Now, I had him losing to Whittaker because Whittaker's an excellent fighter too. Mm-hmm. So, we got to wait and see. We got to wait and see what happens.
No, you saw how he rebounded. He rebounded with a needle. And
Ferris says he's on the juice. Deshaun says Costa soft as Charmin. Man, Adesanya exposed him. Okay, he sure did.
But now he's being replaced with Kelvin Gastelum. So, card saved.
Yeah. Spirit of Justice, thank you for joining the live stream. Paulo only lost because he was drunk with wine the night before. Yeah, that's the excuse that he made. That's the excuse that he made. He was drunk off of wine. Even if that were true, you gotta keep that to yourself. Man. Yeah. Yoel Romero was his toughest fight for sure. I don't know, man. That one was close. That one was definitely close. Yeah. Okay. So that fight is off. So he's fighting Gastelum now, right? Robert Whitaker.
Yes.
So, okay. So we'll see what happens with Costa, who's going to fight next. Hopefully Dana White doesn't throw him back into the octagon with Adesanya, because Adesanya, he moved up to light heavyweight, just lost the fight to the Polish power, Jan Blachowicz. He lost by decision. So he decided to go back down to middleweight and dominate the middleweight again. And he'll have a fight coming up soon, I'm sure. And Costa said, hey, I got the flu for this fight. Yeah. Does he go back in the ring with Adesanya?
I tell you, that loss did nothing to Israel Adesanya's confidence either.
No.
He was in an interview today, or maybe it was yesterday, with Ariel Helwani. He said, why would I humiliate myself or lower myself just because I lost? I'm still the king. I'm still the greatest.
Noah Driscoll's in that house. Make sure you guys follow Noah Driscoll on YouTube. What are we thinking of free agent this offseason, fellas? We were just talking about that. We're going to get back into some free agency talk here in just a second. Let's go through a couple of comments, and then we'll get back into some NFL. Deshaun says, I know it won't happen, but Khabib cannot call himself the GOAT until he moves up to face Usman.
Yes.
B has made that point a few times. Khabib has fought at welterweight before, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that he can go back to welterweight and fight Usman. That would be an interesting fight. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Usman is going to be fighting Masvidal again, and I think this time he finishes Masvidal the same way he finished Burns. I did not expect him to finish Burns that way. That one surprised me. Burns is an excellent fighter, and he wiped him. So he's definitely a better fighter than Masvidal. So I expect
Jorge's got some pain coming.
Yes, yeah. Ferris says the Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whitaker was supposed to happen in Australia, but Robert's gallbladder collapsed the night of the fight. That's right. So, who you like in that fight, Ferris? I mean, I'm taking Whitaker, but Gastelum is a good fighter. Yes, and Ferris says Polish power. Yes, yeah, Ferris he called it. He called Blachowicz being Adesanya. And like Blachowicz fought a good fight. I still feel like Adesanya won, if I'm being honest.
I think he won also, but yeah, Jan had a spectacular fight. He was much, much better in the stand-up than I was expecting him to be.
Yeah. So shout out to him, man, and congrats to him. It seems like every fighter loves that dude, because Adesanya said, if I had to lose to anybody, that's the man I would lose. I would want to lose to. So. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, he's taking Whitaker. Bobby Knuckles, that's what's up. All right, we're going to get back into some NFL talk to finish out this hour. And then this week is the first week we are going to do our overtime for patrons only. So as soon as we finish up over here, for everybody that's a patron, go over to patreon.com/LBHT show. Go ahead and log in, and we'll have a link posted up in there. We're just going to hang out. If you guys want to hang out for a little bit, we're going to hang out for 15, 20 minutes, maybe longer, depending on what we're talking about. And you got any questions, you can just post it in there. All right. And if you're not signed up to Patreon, right above me here, patreon.com/LBHT show. You can sign up for as little as $3 a month. Okay. That will get you access to this overtime show, extra articles that B writes, and videos. I actually got to post some more videos in there. Also, we have a $10 tier, and in the $10 tier, you get everything that's in the $3 tier. And that shiny thing right there, look at that. Oh, I got mine too. Oh, look at that. I need you to focus for me. There we go. Okay. Look at that. You get a founding member's coin as I drop it right there. All right. And when the NFL season starts, Andrew Sakira, what's going on? He is a fellow patron. What's going on? He has a coin. Andrew has a coin. Ferris has a coin. All right. Davon's not here. Davon has a coin. All right.
Yeah, Derek
Yeah.
Weatherly.
Derek Weatherly has a coin. So, get you a coin while they last. They really are limited supply. We printed up just a handful, and when they're gone, they're gone. But don't worry, because we have some more in store for you if you want to sign up after they're gone. So,
Also, just to mention, with the $10 tier, you do get a code for free shipping from our merch site, lbhtshow.com/shop. And in case you were thinking about getting anything, the 10% off for the first week ends tonight at 11:59, and that is code LBHT show.
Yes. So right down there on the ticker, okay, lbhtshow.com/shop. And by the way, we just put up our first round of hashtag defund the defense t-shirts. Okay, if you want to get one of those, look, it's starting to grow.
They got online, they got added to the site, and all of a sudden LJ Ford is gone. So I'm not saying that we did that, but I'm not saying that we didn't.
No, I don't. You and I don't take credit for it. Okay, I credit the LBHT crew for spreading the gospel. Okay,
that's right.
It's eventually going to reach the right person, and they are going to attack us.
See, they're going to be very angry. We're going to get blocked by every defensive player in Baltimore.
I know. Marlon Humphrey's going to come for us. Tough Puppy says he wants a coin, man. Hey, you got $10? You got $10?
I know you got $10, Tough. I know you do.
I know you got it. Look, we're doing our promise, man. If you sign up for a Patreon, we have stuff for you. And like I was saying before, we have the for the $3 tier, we're going to be doing a pick'ems league. All right, we pick winners every week, and we tally them up. At the end of the season, we crown a champion, and the champion gets something that looks like this. Oh, look at that trophy. That is our friend Jensen. He is the first winner of the LBHT Pick'em League. He looks so happy with that trophy. Look at him, man.
And dude, he stomped us out.
He really did.
He is not allowed to play this year.
So we open that up to our patrons, and for the $10 tier, you can also join that league, and also we'll do some fantasy football, at least one fantasy football league, depending on how many people sign up. We might have a second league. So go on there, sign up. Also, right above B right there. Right above B. We're almost done with our ads. Right above B. We have that's $ LBHT show. Okay. If you want to leave us a super chat, that's how you do it. Go on there, drop a donation, leave a comment, and we'll read it on air like we did earlier today with Jazzy JJ. All right.
I mean, listen, you laughing, man. I just ordered a new computer. Now I got to pay for it. So.
All right. So let's read some comments here. Chris Hall, what's going on? Said the Ravens listened to what you said about LJ Fort yesterday, by the way. Sorry I'm late. Hey, man, whenever you show up, you're always on time, man. That's how it is. The only person that's late in here is Tough Puppy.
That's right. Even when he's early.
Yeah. Yeah. Hashtag defund the defense, man. And that's exactly what we were saying. And I like LJ Fort. I didn't think Malik Harrison would get into the lineup as long as LJ Fort is on the team. He's a very sound tackler, and he's rarely out of position. He's a good player, and he's never going to let somebody like Malik Harrison take his job. You know what I'm saying? So they did the right thing by saying, hey, we drafted this guy. We think he's more talented. We got to let him play and get the experience. So,
yeah, this is what we said last offseason before the draft. It's, hey, you don't need to draft a middle linebacker, right?
Oh, my bad. Deshaun, he said, yeah. Thank you, Ferris. Ferris is looking out for the fellow patrons. Deshaun is also, he's also.
My bad, Deshaun.
Yes, my bad, Deshaun.
But,
He's bad.
So,
not my bad.
No. So, hey, you don't need to draft a middle linebacker, right? You've got LJ Fort. You can go and sign a cheap veteran to play next to LJ Fort, and you'll be just fine. Baltimore said, no, we're going to draft Patrick Queen in round 1. And then we're like, okay, fine. You got Patrick Queen. Now it's Patrick Queen and LJ Fort. You're done. Baltimore said no again. And they went and they drafted Malik Harrison. So now what do you expect? Like you're not investing a third round pick in a dude who's going to be on the bench for the entire length of his contract and then just going to let him walk.
Right.
LJ Fort had to go, which is why I'm not real thrilled with the Derek Wolfe signing. You drafted Justin Matabike in the third round too. Let him play.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. Ferris has some merch questions. How big do the polos run? Actually, if you go onto the shop, this is a new shop. They have a lot more detail on the clothing, the thread count and all that stuff. It should be on there. It's very detailed description. So how they run, man, I don't know. I haven't gotten my my new one from this shop yet, but Andrew Secura actually ordered something. So when he gets his, he can let you know, Ferris. And when I get mine, I can let you know that too. Yeah, we just ordered a bunch of new stuff from this shop. We set up a completely different shop, so it's not Teespring or TeePublic anymore. We weren't really feeling either one of those companies. This company, who shout out to Sutton from Purple Rain Podcast, he actually gave us a plug on this company. So they're distributing our stuff or manufacturing our stuff, and it's better quality. It's definitely better quality. So. Yeah, go on there, order something. Let us know what you think. Noah wants to know, hit me with that discount code. Oh, okay.
Oh, the 10% discount code is LBHT show.
Yeah.
That is good until 11:59 tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so limited time. Deshaun says, if that's the case, y'all need to put wide receiver propaganda on your website too.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something.
We're working on some other stuff.
You know what? If you guys have some ideas, okay, you're part of the LBHT crew now. You got some ideas, drop them in there, okay? We work as a crew in here, all right? You got some ideas, drop it in there.
Oh, we this is something we didn't mention. I don't think we mentioned, but Trent Williams is now the highest paid offensive lineman in history because he asked for $10,000 more a year than David Bakhtiari got. And then Bakhtiari went on Twitter and called him petty.
Oh, speaking of, it was your boy. Who was the tackle that you guys traded for last year that didn't play?
Russell Okung.
Russell Okung.
Don't identify him like that.
I had a brain freeze for a minute. I couldn't remember his name, but he asked for half of his salary in Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. So it was his salary was what, 14 million, his base salary?
I believe so, somewhere around there.
So instead of making 14 million, he ended up getting over $20 million total because Bitcoin shot up after he got paid in Bitcoin. So congrats to him to making a sound investment there. It was a risk, but it paid off for him. So hey,
listen, congrats to him, but also stop talking. He's pretty out there, not in a good way, not in a cool way.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna finish up here soon because B's internet is getting choppy here. It's actually StreamYard. StreamYard does this every time. We've never successfully gotten through a whole stream without StreamYard doing this to us. All right, and I see this happen to every other YouTuber. Just so you guys know, if you guys are ever watching more than one person on a live stream like this, and the person on his side starts doing that, okay, it is not that person's internet. It is StreamYard. You never see this person go like that. It's always that person.
Another note. If you wonder why we don't have any sponsorships, it's because Jose says things like that.
Oh, you gonna put that on me? I try to protect the name the first time. I try to protect their name. You're the first one that dropped StreamYard's name, so I mean, we just kind of went from there. All right, you're right. StreamYard's gonna kick us off of here pretty soon. Yeah, Andrew. The shop shows a lot of detail on the products for sure. So right there on the bottom, make sure you guys check it out. And also, just go to lbhtshow.com. We put all of our audio podcasts on there. We put articles on there, and we don't just talk sports. We talk video games.
No.
What happened?
Oh man,
what's going on?
Got some bad news.
What happened?
Is this breaking news? Curtis Samuel is signing with Washington.
No. Is that true?
With the Washington football team.
Oh, no.
A 3-year, $34.5 million deal, man. Good for Curtis.
That makes sense. I mean, he did play with Ron Rivera.
Yeah,
And
no, that is outstanding. I'm glad the teams really saw his value and didn't kind of lowball him because of the numbers he put up in Carolina.
And speaking of watching the football team, these guys right here, Off the Record Podcast. Okay, if you look at their avatar right there, look at their logo. The guy that has the glasses on,
And
Quan.
you gotta call him out specifically.
I'm giving him his props. Congratulations to Quan. He's a huge Washington football team fan. We've been giving him a lot of crap lately because he is a Taylor Heineke truther / Ryan Fitzpatrick truther, as they all are. Washington fans are delusional, but Curtis Samuel, man, congrats, you got a baller there, and they already have Scary Terry McLaurin. They're going to do some damage there.
Ian Rappaport with just digging up the corpse and just stabbing it again of Marty Herney here, saying that Ron Rivera tried to trade for Curtis Samuel last season, and Marty Herney said no. Ooh. And then never engaged him in extension talks, and just they let him walk.
Marty Herney, just let's think about this. Marty Herney said no and didn't take his calls anymore, gets fired, and then gets hired by Ron Rivera. What a friend. What a friend. Mm-mm. Yeah, Mikey, yes, we're going to hear about this one later. I know. I know.
Look, Washington made a huge mistake with Ryan Fitzpatrick, but Curtis Samuel is a fantastic signing.
Tough Puppy says, Samuel, Scary Terry, and Heineke. Fire emoji.
Heineke ain't starting over there.
All right, man. So, yes, I'm starting to get a little upset now. So, it doesn't look like we're in on Kenny Golladay, the Ravens. Curtis Samuel signed for, what was it, 3 years, $34 million?
34 and a half.
34 and a half. So, about 11, about a little bit more than 11 million a year. We couldn't afford that.
Not overpaid at all.
Not at all. So that's done with. So now we're looking at number 2 wide receivers, and this is the thing that gets me, man. I'm about to go on a rant. We had a little debate with our friend Sonny. Shout out to Sonny, SZG Sports. Make sure you're following. Sonny does not want to pay for a wide receiver unless it's a number 1 wide receiver.
Which Kenny Golladay is.
But also, Sonny does not want to pay number 1 wide receiver money for a number 1 wide receiver. So you see the dilemma there, right? And that's really how a lot of you guys feel, right? When you see that guy that is the man, that is a true number 1, you say, oh, we can't afford that guy. No way we can pay that. Well, that's what it costs. That's what it costs. So now we're in a situation where if we don't get Kenny Golladay, there is no number 1 wide receiver out there to get unless you trade for Allen Robinson. And any wide receiver that you draft, I don't care who it is, he ain't gonna come in here and be the man year 1. He's not. He's not. So Juju is who we're looking at. Will Fuller is who we're looking at. I mean, who else is out there? I mean, AB. If you want a true number 1, AB is the only one out there that we can still get for now. But rumor is he's still working out something with Tampa Bay too. But I would be hitting up AB and saying, hey, come play with your cousin. So, Garnett says that's why he doesn't fantasize, accept who we are. Yeah, hey, look, no, I totally get that, but man, look, we're gonna talk about it. That's what we do here. We talk about it, and
you know what I feel like with the Ravens every offseason? I feel like Madden every year, where when Madden's coming out, if you follow like pre-release, they'll show off the game, kind of like they'll show little trailers that don't show much gameplay. And people will be like, oh, it looks exactly the same. And then you got some people say, no, this is going to be great. All these features sound good. And then there'll be, a beta or a demo or game changers will go play it. And they're like, no, man, it's outstanding. And then, the general public gets to see actual gameplay and they're like, no, this is trash. And everyone's like, hey, no, that's an old build. That's an old build. Don't worry. When they went and played it down in Orlando, it was fire. And then, then it comes out and it's the same garbage every year. It's what happens with the Ravens. You're like, hey, why didn't we get this receiver? Oh, don't worry. EDC's got it. EDC, they got a plan. Oh, don't worry that that they passed on these guys. Don't worry that they went and signed so-and-so. Oh, EDC's not done, right? They traded for Ngakoue. EDC's not done. Yeah, we got Des Bryant.
Yeah.
and
Des
that was
Bryant.
it. He was done.
Yeah.
And it's just justifications over and over and over until the season starts.
When
You
Des
know,
Bryant got signed, that was one of the first live streams we did. And there was a guy in there that was really going at us. We thought he was related to Des Bryant. We thought maybe it was Des Bryant. Because we were just like, yes, this doesn't inspire us at all. And they're like, you're crazy. You're crazy. Des Bryant's he's gonna light it up. Des Bryant is a bad. Remember that? He's a bad.
he is a bad.
I mean, he went at our head, and I said, all right, look, if he does do well, I'm gonna admit that, that'd be good for us. And I had no problem admitting that we were wrong. But if he doesn't do well, I want you to come back here and apologize to us, because you're really going off on us right now. And of course, he never showed back up. I wonder why. Garnett West says, we are the team that will go to the grocery store looking for 6 items and take 2 hours just to make sure we have coupons.
That's right.
That is true. That is true. Oh, Sam Cook is in the house. What's going on, Sam Cook? Thanks for joining the live stream. Yes, Deshaun says EDC is getting that same pass Mark Andrews gets, and I don't like it, man. Yes, Mark Andrews gets a pass for dropping touchdown passes every time, man. Every time. Hollywood took a beating on social media because he said, use your soldiers. You got some soldiers, use them. Oh, Living Legends in the house. What's going on, Living Legend? Thank you for joining the live stream. We're gonna wrap up here soon. But we'll hang out here for a few more minutes, and then we're going to go over to the patrons-only overtime show. All right, make sure you sign up right there if you wanna hang around for that. But yeah, Hollywood took a beating for saying "get me the ball," and yes, he had some drops, he had some bad drops, but he made up for it towards the end, I believe. But Mark Andrews, he stays dropping touchdown passes, and it felt like at one point all he was dropping was touchdown passes, and nobody was saying anything about it. So, I mean, I like Andrews. He's good, but he's far from clutch. And, when it's time for him to get paid next year, he can bounce. I'm just being honest, man. He can go. I don't want to pay him. Look, guys, here's what you're going to be hearing in the next couple of days. You're going to be hearing about the Ravens making these low-budget signings. You're going to hear from Ravens Twitter, the Zrybix, the Hemsleys, the whatever, everybody that's affiliated with the Ravens. They're going to tell you about why this is actually a great signing. It's actually better than getting Kenny Golladay. It's actually better than getting Curtis Samuel because they're cheap. That's what they're going to say.
Look at the value.
Yeah, look at the value.
Nobody likes Kean Fahey, right? And he's blocked everybody in the world, but I'll always remember one thing that he said. He's like, a value, when you get a value, or you get a bargain, and come September, all you have is a worse player.
Yes.
Because cap space doesn't win games.
Right. You get what you pay for. If the first thing you say, it's the same thing I say about players when people want to say red flags, right? I always say this. If the first thing they say about a player is he's a good guy, I don't want him on my team. Okay. When you talk about red flags and off the field issues and all of this stuff, but can he play? That's what I want to know. Can he play? Yes. Then we could talk about the other stuff, right? The Ravens always want to get good guy first, right? Good guy, hard worker, great character. You'll say 3 things before you get to how he plays.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'll pass on that. The biggest red flag a player can have is not being able to play because you can't fix that. Yeah. All right. It's the same thing in this situation. If the first thing out of your mouth is bargain, he ain't your guy. He ain't your guy, right? You're not getting the dog. You're not getting the baller, right? You're getting bargain. You're getting bargain. So, and that's what you're going to hear for the next couple of days because that's what we're going to get. We're gonna dumpster dive. We'll get some things off the clearance rack, and everybody will be happy. Like, oh man, we look at all these items we got for cheap. Okay, we're gonna ball out, and then when it gets to October, November, tough part of our schedule, and these guys don't perform, you'll be complaining about them not performing, and we're gonna be sitting here saying, "What'd you expect? He's getting paid $3 million a year."
Yeah.
You know, like he's playing accordingly to his contract.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ferris says, you heard it here, Jose wants murderers on the Ravens confirmed. Listen. Are they available on Sunday?
Listen, that man served his time.
Are they available on Sunday? Yes. Then I'll see you in practice. First, he had another comment here. I missed it. Are we sure Ozzy wants to stay retired? He's not retired. He still works for the organization. He is the lead scout, I believe now, or VP.
He's
of whatever.
the dude who goes in there and just hangs out because he don't want to stay at home.
Yeah. But he's still heavily involved with the scouting. Yes, living legend. Ozzy is still there, just executively. He still has influence. Absolutely. Deshaun says Zrybig makes me sick when he does that like fam in no universe is an extra couple comp picks better than number one wide receiver. I'm not trying to dump on just Zrybig, right?
I told him earlier, I don't ever see any other beat writers when they're reporting signings or players that get released or let go or players who get signed. I've never seen anybody report about the comp picks but the Ravens beat writers. Like, maybe I just, haven't noticed it, but I've never seen that anywhere else.
Yeah. The next time you see somebody tweet about comp picks, I want you to respond to them and just ask them, in your opinion, who are our top 3 comp picks that we've drafted? Like, I want to hear their response. Okay. It won't be anybody that really made a difference on this team.
Because comp picks begin after the third round really ends. Like, they're called third round picks, but they're after the third round. And I see a lot of Ravens fans right now worried because they cut LJ Ford and their third round pick has to start.
Yeah. Mr. J the Sixth, what's going on? Another patron. But him and McLaurin should do a little damage. Oh, he's talking about Curtis Samuel. Yes.
They should do a lot. They should do a lot of damage.
Man, listen. Now I'm mad. Like I wasn't mad earlier, but now I'm mad. Like, everybody, all these quarterbacks that aren't on the level of Lamar Jackson are just stacking up with talent. And Lamar, we're still talking about, hey man, David Duvernay, he's gonna, he just needs some more targets. That's all. I know he can't locate the ball, but just give him some more targets. It's disgusting. Josh Allen already has Stephon Diggs, which already irked me. And they signed Emmanuel Sanders, who's really good. We could have signed Emmanuel Sanders out the gate because he got cut. We didn't have to wait for tampering period or free agency to start. We could have just signed him. And they're like, nope, we're not doing that. Yeah. The kid over in Arizona, Kyler Murray, my man got what happened?
Stop here for a second. We got a new patron.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Noah Driscoll. Thank you very much.
Noah Driscoll. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for joining the patrons. And as soon as we wrap up here, we're gonna wrap up here in a couple minutes. We're gonna send out links, so make sure you take a look for your the post on patreon.com. We're gonna do a little overtime show here in a couple minutes. So thank you very much. But Kyler Murray, he's got DeAndre Hopkins, and they went and got AJ Green. Now, I didn't want AJ Green here either, but I mean, they got AJ Green, and they also traded for Rodney Hudson.
But dude, I kind of want AJ Green now. I mean,
I kind of want him now too. If I knew this was going to be,
you know what I really don't want is Miles Boykin.
yeah. And now we got Ryan Fitzpatrick with Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. I mean, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of all these other teams finding ways to add talent around quarterbacks that they believe in. Oh, and also Cam. Shout out to Cam. We're still big fans of Cam. Cam had an awful year last year, but we think he's going to have a bounce back year. And Bill Belichick believes that too. And Bill Belichick is getting him all of the weapons.
4 new pass catchers on day one.
Yes.
It would not be shocked if they went wide receiver at 15.
Yeah. We got some guy named Josh from Jacksonville. Man, what
who may or may not make the team.
Yeah. It's disgusting. All right, couple more comments and we're getting out of here.
But look, listen, they do still have to trade Orlando Brown, so that can still bring in some wide receiver talent.
Yeah. Kyle Juszczyk, was he a comp pick?
I believe so. They've gotten a couple fullbacks with comp picks.
I like Kyle Juszczyk. I think he was a good player for us. But we're talking about a fullback.
Yeah,
that's our best pick.
But I think I looked at the list the other day, and just off the top of my head, I think Ricky Wagner was probably the best player they got as a comp pick. But he got drafted, and it was a 5th round comp pick, which means you could have just drafted him. You don't need comp picks to take these players.
No. All right, a couple more, and we'll sign out. Mr. J the 6 says, which wide receiver core moved the needle the most, the Cardinals or the Bills?
Go with the Bills.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Bills. Emmanuel Sanders is really good. He's really good, and him and Stephon Diggs are gonna do damage, man. They
and
are
Cole
excellent
Beasley.
runners. And Cole Beasley. But I think he's just talking about who made the biggest move in free agency. So yeah, Emmanuel Sanders, I think, was a bigger deal.
He's a better receiver right now than AJ Green is, I think.
Yeah. Fair said he could feel the anger on Jose's face. It's not anger, man. I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated, but I mean, I kind of feel like Garnett, man. Like I know what this team is, right? I mean, I'm not young anymore. I know what this team is. I'm realistic, but it's still frustrating. You hope for the best, but when you see them make the same old moves, you know what it is. And the frustrating part comes from fans that don't realize that yet. All right. Yeah. They have to go through a few more years before they realize, man, it's the same old Ravens. That's
why I always want to ask people. It's like you've gone to the playoffs the last 3 years with Lamar, been embarrassed because your offense can't move the ball in the playoffs because you don't have any talent on the outside. So how many more years do you want to see the exact same thing?
Pretty much. And we will end it there. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. And if you guys want to check out the Overtime Show right above me, one more time, patreon.com/LBHT show. Sign up. We're going to be doing this every week. We'll do a little overtime like we did right now, extra 10, 15 minutes, so we can just chop it up, and then we're going to continue to party over on Patreon. But if not, thank you for watching.
One more thing, again, just remember, if you head to our shop, lbhtshow.com/store, the promo code LBHT show will get you 10% off until 11:59 p.m. tonight.
All right. So if you want to get some merch, check it out. You want to get a Defund the Defense t-shirt, that'll be on the store. You can get it for a discount tonight. So check it out, and send us a message, email us, tweet at us, all that good stuff, and tell us what you think. And I will say I'll see you next week, but if some news drops, we might do another quick live stream. If anything, we'll at least drop a video or two over the next couple of days. All right. So y'all have a good night. Peace out.